Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes: single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Dr. Jean Wright. For our young listeners, Dr. Wright, who may be intrigued by the possibility of entering healthcare, but they're wondering what the most interesting entry point would be, what do you think that is? And do you think there are certain skill sets that they should think about, especially for those who are still in college, that they should think about honing before they graduate?
Wow, those are some great questions. I think the answer that I might give today may almost be outdated in another couple of years. But, as you and I have talked before, people in my generation, we majored in biology, chemistry, not much else, and went to med school. And then for 4 years, we learned what everybody else had done. We had the creativity beaten out of us. And then, we were plopped out as an intern or resident and then did more repetitious learning, and never had a chance to question and say, could we do this better? Or what other skills or what other industries do something like this that I could build an analogy and bring it into what I do? So I don't know that there's any one track for folks today. I think you could go to medical school or you could get into healthcare innovation by pharmacy, medical engineering, or biomedical engineering. Genomics is exploding. I sat down one night and tried to teach genomics to my 13-year-old, and I thought, we pretend like genomics is really hard. I mean, how hard can it be? It's only 4 letters, right? And I sat down and explained it to her and explained GWAS and mRNA, and we got pretty deep into the topic. And it's not because, she's all that bright or what have you. It's because it's really an easy to understand field, but it's not become mainstream yet into how folks think about things. So it could be that a person with a passion for public policy could come in and say, I really want to do something around women's health and human trafficking. One of our ER physicians has recently made a really impactful innovation and approach here in our system around human trafficking. So there's a variety of ways. My advice would be, keep your mind open. It's going to be closed in so many ways because all the rote stuff you have to memorize. But keep your mind open and keep watching for those trends. Like, you can hardly look at anything today that it doesn't say AI, artificial intelligence. Well, you can imagine that's going to be in healthcare at the point of care very, very soon. Right now, it's still more like paper and pencil models or models that are in a lab. But even our team are working on models as a clinicians making a decision. They could get the same kind of feedback you get from your GPS when it says traffic ahead or cop ahead or big red line because the traffic's delayed. That's how physicians and clinicians will want to make decisions with real-time, just-in-time analytics. I'm beginning to preach, so I probably should stop.
Oh my goodness. I'm here. I'm ready to listen to the sermon, let me tell you. And I also want to let our young listeners know, in the Espresso Shots interview that I've already done with Dr. Wright, you will hear her say, if there were one thing you should come into this field with, it would definitely be data analytics under your belt. It's something, if you're still in college, you can try to take a class. If you're not, and maybe your school doesn't offer it, you can check out any of these online platforms. The one that I've heard about the most is General Assembly, but I know that there are many others. Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee, 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.